So this little exercise is about switches, and once we understand about switches, we can make our own, and we can use them to solve problems. When you think about it, you take for granted you press a light switch on at home every day, or switch to switch the cooker on, or whatever it is. How do switches actually work? We don't often think about it. So here we go then. The simplest way to show that would be to go back to our conductors and insulators and say, well, a switch must contain a conductor inside it that when we press the switch, it must bring the conductor to touch some other metal parts which complete a circuit. So the circuit could be the electricity at home switching on, a lamp or something like that, a bedside lamp. Well, let's just try and make a better switch, because you don't want to be touching the metal parts of a switch in two different places at the same time. We can improve the switch by altering its shape. So if we open our switch out like that, open our fastener out like that, then we've created a different shape. And with these foam blocks, look, you could just push the fastener back in. So now what I've done is, it can touch this one already. So when we press the other end, it simply closes the gap so that hopefully it lets it switch on and off. Not quite a tune, but you get the idea. So really we've used the springiness of the metal to allow us to complete the circuit, but it springs back up when we release it. So on, off. I suppose that's a bit like a car horn, isn't it? You press the car horn, beep, it stops when you release your hand off the car horn. And lots of other things work like that as well. Whereas the light switch, you press the light switch, it stays pressed. So this must be a different sort of way in which a switch can work. We can invent switches for all sorts of different things, but that's a very simple one. That's brilliant for something called Morse code. So we'll do a little Morse code exercise later on. Well, we can connect our own switches, and we've already made, look, a paperclip switch. So the paperclip switch, remember? So this is an insulator, the card is an insulator, and it's holding two metal conductors apart until we press on it, and then they're brought together. So if we want to test our paperclip switch, we could simply take the bare wire, lift up the little fastener a little bit, look, and loop it round. Now don't tie too much of a knot here, because you might want to take it off later and undo it. And then similarly with the other one, loop it round. There we go. Press it down, press it down. Let's just see if this one works. And that's far better than that original paper clip. Because the card is springy as well, but holds everything in the right place, we've now got a fabulous way to send messages. And the Morse code exercise you're going to try a little bit later. What is this message? And it's a very famous message to do with a famous ship from a long time ago. Fabulous.